Hey guys, Jared Garcia, Berkshire Hathaway Home Services. Come check out our website at iSpeakRealty.com. Today we're here with Wes Moore with Military Mortgage Boot Camp.
Hi guys.
Thanks so much for tuning in. We do appreciate it. Now, who better to get VA information than from a instructor, right?
Thank you. Thank you.
Tell us a little bit about the Military Mortgage Boot Camp.
Okay, so Military Mortgage Boot Camp is a class that I teach for realtors continuing education, and it's basically on how to present a VA offer that a seller will accept.
That's awesome. So my realtor friends out there, if you want any information, you hold classes as well, correct?
Probably about one a month, one every 2 months at least.
So yeah, if you guys are looking for classes, Wes, he holds them once a month. Come check us out. We're more than happy to get you some more information on that. So let's talk about the VA home loan. And first off, let's kind of get into, the eligibility, certificates of eligibility. Veterans, a lot of times we get that question on, can they get them? Where do they get them? So help me there.
Okay, so first, realtors don't accept a pre-qual letter on a VA loan unless it also has the certificate of eligibility attached. What is the certificate of eligibility? It's the document that states that this veteran is eligible for a VA home loan, because some veterans may not be.
So what circumstances might they not be?
You need an honorable discharge,
and
you need to have served at least 90 days active duty after boot camp, or at least 6 years in the reserves or guard. That's basically it.
Okay, perfect. So as far as the certificate of eligibility, where can a veteran go to get that?
So a veteran can go to ebenefits.va.gov and request documents there, or call me. Lenders, your favorite lender can get it for you. If they themselves, the loan officer, doesn't have access like I do, their processor will have access.
So they can either get it, their lender can get it. You guys, we have options to get the certificate of eligibility. So that's great. Now, in terms of acceptable proofs of military status. I know veterans that they want to see what proof do they have to give for that certificate.
It's pretty easy. Every veteran is issued a discharge paper called a DD-214 that shows their length of service, what they were classified as an E5 or whatever. It shows all that, and they're instructed when they leave the military, never lose this. So most vets know exactly where that document is. With that document, I can upload it to the VA's portal and get their certificate of eligibility in maybe sometimes 15 seconds.
Oh, wow.
Sometimes it takes a few days, but sometimes it comes back real quick.
Max 48 hours typically, usually?
36 hours maybe.
Okay. So with that being said, guys, we're here to help out veterans and spread the word that, if you have any questions or concerns about the VA loan limits or how to get your eligibility, and that's kind of what we're going to go into next is VA loan limits. How much can somebody qualify for and that type of thing?
If you can afford it, the VA loan goes up to $484,350 with zero down. There is no maximum VA loan, but you can buy zero down VA up to $484,350.
So that's zero down.
Zero down. Now, if you bought a house, for example, for $584,350, on that first $484,350, there's zero down, and then on the next $100,000, there's 25% down. So it would be $25,000 down on $584,350. But there is no maximum limit. I've made VA loans for $800,000 before.
So guys, there is somewhat of a misconception, right? A lot of veterans think there's that limit. They can't go above that. I mean, that's what we hear, and a lot of realtors too may think that it only goes up to that.
It's a myth. I try to bust that myth and other myths in my class.
And that's what we're trying to do today, guys, is spread the news, break some myths, help you out, and get you those resources. Because again, we speak realty at iSpeakRealty.com. That's why we're here, guys. So if a veteran has obtained a VA loan in the past, can they get another VA loan? How does that work?
There's a misconception or myth out there that you can only use your VA eligibility once.
Right.
You can use it 100 times.
Right.
So you can use it. Every veteran has so much entitlement, and you can either buy a house, sell that house, pay off that VA loan, buy another house, get a new VA loan, and just do that every time. Or, as long as the new home is going to be lived in, you could even sometimes keep that old home with the VA loan and get a second VA loan at the same time if you have enough entitlement left.
Entitlements.
Exactly.
How do you find out the entitlements? Is that just based on?
It's always the same. It's 484,350 divided by 4, so that's it's like 120,000 and change. It just changed January 1st. So on a, for example, you buy a $100,000 house, use your VA. Let's change that. 200,000 because you can't get a house for
so 200,000.
You can't get $100,000.
Right. Yeah. Let's go.
Let's go.
Realistic. 200,000.
200,000 VA. You're going to use 50,000 of your entitlement because the VA guarantees the top 25% of the loan. So you just take the sales price of the house divided by 4, and that's how much entitlement you use. So let's say you buy a $200,000 house. You use 50,000 your entitlement. Now it's 8 years later. You have 2 more kids. You decide, hey, we need a bigger home.
Right.
Okay. So you want to buy a $300,000 house now.
Right.
Well, you have 120,000 and change, but let's just say 120,000 entitlement for math. You still have 70,000 worth of entitlement left because 120 minus the 50 you used 8 years ago.
Right.
That leaves you 70,000.
Okay.
So you can multiply that 70,000 times 4. Right. And you could buy a house for 280,000 zero down. If you wanted that house for 300,000, you just take the difference of $20,000. You need 25% down of that, which is 5,000. So you could buy a second VA home, 300,000. Only need 5,000 down. You can keep the old house and use it as a rental.
As a rental, guys. The VA has some benefits and qualifications on loan amount. It does depend on your income coming in as well, right?
Correct. You got to be able to afford it.
You have to be able to afford it, and your credit scores.
Credit scores, VA doesn't require a credit score. Okay. However, lenders do.
Right.
Okay.
And that's what we kind of call an overlay.
That's an overlay. Lenders have overlays. So even though the VA says you don't have to have a credit score, most lenders will say, oh, they need to be 580 or 600 or 620 or 640 or something like that.
Right. Okay. So guys, if you're looking, you have options with your VA loan. There's a lot of different benefits. We've talked about them, and your rates, pretty good rates based on your credit score. But let's talk about basically the benefits between a conventional mortgage and a VA mortgage. We're going to kind of end there, guys, but we want you guys to have these are some common questions that we get, right, guys? But let's end off at the conventional versus VA.
Okay. First of all, conventionally you need at least 3% down payment. Okay.
Right. 3% conventional.
VA you need 0 down. Okay.
Benefit, right?
With a conventional 3% down loan, you're going to have PMI or mortgage insurance. Mortgage
insurance, right.
With VA, you don't.
No mortgage insurance at all. Okay.
Conventional 3% down, it's going to be a little higher interest rate. VA, it's going to be always a little lower interest rate. So VA is always the best rate. It's always the easiest underwriting, and there's no down payment. And about 60% of veterans are disabled. Mm-hmm. So that if you're at least 10% service-connected disability, there's no VA funding fee.
Okay, gotcha. And there's VA tax benefits possibly at the end. Guys, when you go to your county tax assessor and you buy a home and you have VA benefits, and go down to the tax assessor, try to get those benefits there as well.
True.
So
you and I can get head of household exemption.
Right, exactly.
A veteran can get a veterans exemption on top of that, and
on top of it,
right. And if they're 100% disabled, they pay no real estate taxes.
Right. So I've had some clients in the past, no real estate taxes. Everybody's scenario is different, obviously. This is an equal housing, equal lending opportunity. We want to definitely mention that to you guys. You know, so if you guys would like to know your scenario, like more information on the VA loan, we're definitely here to help.
Yeah, we're here to help.
So again, I'm going to let you introduce yourself one last time.
Thank you for your service, by the way.
Absolutely.
My name is Wes Moore. I'm a senior loan officer with Waterstone Mortgage. You can reach me at servingthevet.com, servingthevet.com, or my cell, 505-249-4506.
Awesome. I appreciate it. Thanks
Thank
so
you,
much
buddy.
for having me and coming on the show. We really do appreciate you. Let us know if you have any questions, guys. Jared Garcia, Berkshire Hathaway. Come check out our website at iSpeakRealty.com. Thanks a lot, Wes. Appreciate it. Have a good one. Bye.